Oh my gosh, there's so much music going on right now. Okay, it's gonna be one of those days, huh? Okay. Well, hi everyone. We're gonna try and go there and have some fun, you know? Alright, I'm gonna get it started now since our stream's already reached 5 minutes technically, so let's get out and look at some stuff. How about we do that? Alright, so this is Singed's current design, and it's, you know, it works, kind of. It's a lot better than, like, Master Yi in terms of game design, technically. But, it's very cartoony. That's the best way to put Singed's current design. It's very, very cartoony. Like, he's not even really wearing a shirt. He's wearing bandages. He's over top of what is essentially a crop top. Which is interesting, but you know. But like, these two people are the same person. This is from the Warwick story, right? And it's kind of a far departure from how cartoonish this whole thing is. You see, League of Legends is a very cartoony game, so you kind of have to deal with that, whereas with stories, they can lean more into how fucked up Singed really is, which is really fucked up. Like, I don't think I'm gonna read it this time on stream or whatever, but like, both the story with Warwick and also the one about the Breakers are some of the worst things that have ever come from, well, not worst, just the most terrifying, that's the word. It's the most terrifying things that has come out of League of Legends. And here's Arcane Singed in the first act. He's the one that invented Shimmer, which is kind of crazy. I don't know if Shimmer is actually, like, canonical to the game, but, you know, I personally like to say that it is, because it kind of makes way more sense that way, you know? Also, you get much of a, like, forehead, very angular, like, the eyes don't take up much on his head, and his fashion's very understated, because it's not supposed to be. The man really is the monster behind everything, you know? And here's him in the flashback. You can tell because he's got slightly more hair. But, like, it's clear that they have decided to put Singed in this outfit, and I think it works. It works way better than his current iteration, because you can clearly tell that he's living in Zaun. but he's not someone that's like struggling in total. He looks like a doctor of some kind, which I find a good balance of things. So you can't, this is really hard to see. I can't even zoom up close on this. So, yeah, nothing is really working to make this any bigger. But this is a piece of singed concept art, and you know, I can understand, like, in some aspects, because Zahn is very punkish in its aesthetic, but, like, jeez, does hot pink not fit his general scheme at all. Also, he was supposed to carry some skulls, which is interesting. I don't understand why they decided to make Singed a tank. Because, I mean, he's a very frail, skinny man, but, you know, I guess we're gonna have to get around that somehow. Because I want to keep his frailness and all that, and I'll explain it later, when we're in the drawing stages, but keep that in mind. Here's another more, like, recent concept here. And, I mean, it's like, entirely just his current design in-game. Minus the claws that he has in his actual model. But, like, I mean, in this one, he has 2 non-working eyes, and in this one, the, like, gray, or whatever, is his gray, like, what's it called, muffler, is turned into a green one. Also, he doesn't have a shield in this one. I don't understand why they decided to give him pauldrons, but, you know, we're gonna try and find a way to make this work, because I feel like there is a way. But, like, currently there's just a lot of problems. He looks more like one of his own experiments than he does, like, a mad scientist type. And that's the real problem. Also, his boots are very funny. I would probably buy a pair of those, though it needs more spikes. These are hand refs for Arcane Singed. Let me see if I can... Wait. Let me... Okay. Yeah, here's hand drafts. Very nice and bony. Let's see. Here's his actual model sheet for Arcane. And, I mean, these are really, like, helpful for me. Because, I mean, this is basically a better Singed. This is basically what I want to do with him. You know, get rid of his really big boots, get rid of his pauldron, you know, make him more Zahn-like. Though I don't agree with the no shirt. I can understand why they went with that. It's all nice and asymmetrical, but really what we are gonna do with this design is just make it more cartoonish, you know, because Arcane designs are really nice, but the problem with them is that they're grounded also. So you need a balance of flashy and non-flashy, that kind of thing. Like, Arcane Jinx works nice with even just her League variety, right? And Arcane Vi works too, but Arcane Vi isn't the same. Like, she doesn't have the same level of bombasticness as her League counterpart. Even though, like, I really wish that they got rid of her weird skirt. Yes, this is the Moralic Choco stream. Thanks for dropping in. Anyway, he's not gonna have any hair. I mean, this is after Warwick. What we're doing is that kind of thing. Now, I'm not sure if I want to, like, keep the mouth like this. I think, on one hand, it works really well with his contrast to another thing I'm gonna talk about, but on the other hand, it looks a little silly. Also, we don't want him looking like any other bald characters, and I think that's a problem in a lot of designs, right? You can... wait, you can't even really see it. No. Yeah, there we are. Now you can see what I mean. But I like the way that the test tubes are on the belt. It's all nice. I think I just want to like lengthen his coat and give him his actual shirt back, because my man don't need to be shirtless. He's not really in any situation where that would help in any way. I mean, the thing about it, right, is Zon Fashion's kind of punkish already, right? But, you know, there's kind of a difference. Plus, this man hails from Piltover originally, so that kind of thing. They really did him justice in Arcane. Like, this is a way better design than what he has currently, but, you know, it's... like, this is a really good outfit. And I was... basically, I'm gonna transfer this, but also give him weapons. It's like in actual League of Legends, because he still needs to be able to throw mega adhesive, and he still needs to fling people, and he still needs to poison trail. Even though I think that, like, having abilities that, like, heal teammates or, like, hurt them or whatever would be interesting for Singed, because he's literally one of League of Legends doctors, but, you know, the healing isn't as rewarding as the hurting, as a wise man once said. So, let's take a look at, everyone. The only reason I can think for no shirt is that he needs to change the bandages regularly. Yeah, probably. That's... like, if the bandages, like, poke... like, you could see the imperfections and, like, the true, like, horror and mutation of Singed, that would be a good way of using the no shirt for him. But currently it serves zero purpose, besides calling back to his original design, in which he doesn't have a shirt, he has a crop top. Now, I'm gonna talk about how this whole thing fits into it all, right? Also, my man has fucking claws in this. Like, those are legitimately claws. Those aren't nails, those are claws. And I find that really funny. We're gonna get rid of the claws, but that's because he needs to be human. And the reason why he needs to be human is because of a very simple thing called character parallels, right? So the thing is, right, he's characteristically a foil to both Dr. Mundo and Heimerdinger. And, you know, it's kind of funny, because those two characters technically have nothing to do with Singed, but with theming and that kind of thing, I think it makes all the difference. Oh, also, how's my mic quality? I changed it on the settings, and I want to know if it's better quality audio. Like, if you're getting more from this, you know? And we'll look through his animations and stuff like that. This is his channel animation. I don't really know. I don't play Singed, and I don't really intend to, so I don't know what this is for exactly, but, you know. That's just a thing of, like, using his lanky-ass animation for himself. These go way too fucking fast. But this is his basic attack. And I really want to keep in mind his basic attack and abilities into this, because Singed plays in such a specific way, where it's really hard to divorce his gameplay from the character himself, right? Because, I mean, it's kind of, he's iconic in a way. So, we're gonna have to use a shield replacement in some kind of capacity. What I think's clogging up his design are, well, one, not having a shirt, but two, these big fucking pauldrons here, this big vial on his back, and also these clunky shoes. I get the idea because like, his main ability is that he runs very fast, but, like, these qualities don't work together very well. And I feel like you can, like, give the idea that he's a tank through other ways than just having him have Garen pauldrons and spikes where there don't need to be spikes. Sounds good. Can't tell if better, though. Check the VODs after the stream. Alright. Sounds good. Let's see. The reason why I say that Singed shouldn't have hair is because we're gonna try and make him a parallel to Heimerdinger. Basically, the whole story for Singed is that his goal is to further human experimentation to the, like, next level. And it is honestly disgusting the lengths that he goes in pursuit of that. Especially, like, the whole, like, basically creating chemical warfare thing. But mostly just the Breaker stories. It's a really good read. If you don't have anything to do this Halloween season, I'd say give it a try. Because it's a certified hood classic. Anyway. See, the thing is, right, Singed and Heimerdinger were very respected Piltover scientists, professors. Singed canonically wrote books, that kind of thing. But Singed currently wants to unlock the secret of immortality so that he can live forever and continue to experiment forever. So that's the reason why things are like this currently. And it's kind of why that, like, the bandage like aesthetic works for him. But, like, I feel like something needs to be said, because, like, his main form of science isn't machines, it's chemistry, it's literal bioscience. And he, like, works really hard to achieve immortality, which is just something that Heimerdinger gets for free. So, it's just like a yin and yang kind of dynamic, where, like, when Heimerdinger doesn't give Victor the help or support he needs in that moment, he comes running to Singed, because Singed is about action, most importantly. He's basically what science would look like without any of the regulations that Heimerdinger is supposed to enforce as a conscious citizen. So it's just a whole thing. This is his dance. I don't know what the reference is, but I feel like I know it, and that bugs the shit out of me. And then his death, pretty standard stuff. So I wish it was a little bit more brutal. Really, what Singed is missing from his design is, toning back the cartoon and also cranking up that brutality into something else. Singed moving forward half the Champions lore since 2000 X, yeah. What they did with him in Warwick was a good idea, and so was his inclusion in Arcane and that kind of thing. He's a side character, but he does his side character job very well, in which you see that he has clear motivations for other things. I don't know of many Singed stans, personally, but, he's got an undeniable character to him. Though these idle animations aren't very telling of his general character. Really what he needs is a good, zonification, because, Urgot is more of the vein that you should go for. This is really just fluff. You're supposed to look at it from here, right? But it doesn't really make much of a difference. Also, I think that the only characters that should have giant pauldrons are named Garen and Darius, but, he should have a good mean villain laugh. Basically, what I want to do is make him the opposite of Heimerdinger in every way. Jump around. That's the reference. I think that might be right. I don't know. Anyway, so basically we're gonna take Heimerdinger's features and basically invert them. And, they kind of, he already kind of has everything, where it's he's got a small head and small eyes. It's Heimerdinger's eyes take up most of his, viewing experience, technically. Though, Heimerdinger basically, for all intents and purposes, doesn't have a mouth. So I'm not sure if, this would work, but, it could be. Also, the experimentation on himself, that kind of thing. I like it a lot on here, because, you can tell, that this is a very frail human being. And also that he is mortal, that he gets hurt, that there's consequences to what he's doing to himself. And then everyone's favorite Singed running his main things. I think this is mega adhesive that the spell's doing, but, I can't really tell. I think this is fling, but I'm not sure. But anyway, So it's his main abilities. Like, I know his passive allows him to run quicker around enemies, and this is definitely not Poison Trail. Oh well. It's hard. That might be Flame. But, I don't know. Here's his taunt. That's a whole lot of nothing. There's not much character to these animations, which sucks, but you know. His model is at least better than, like, like some of the models that are still in game. Which is honestly sad to think about, but you know. We're here to redesign this motherfucker. Also, I'm gonna take most of his definition away. Like, his goofy off feet are going to go. And we're not going to go in a tech-based route because, I mean, like, that's just not who Singed is as a character. Anyway, let's check out his other skins here. And we'll get to it and it'll be fun, right? So this is Riot Squad Singed. I feel like this could be cooler if he had on one of those visors. But like, it's just I mean, like, it's competently executed. They made his boots less ridiculous. But, you know, I think the main problem is the fact that, like, there's two massive objects on him that have to be accounted for at all times, which does give him, like, a unique silhouette, but, like, it also, it feels a bit too cluttered. Also, I tried to see if there was, like, a login screen for him or anything like that, because I'm into those now. But no, nothing. Is there a recall? No. Alright. Hex Tech Singed.